Hi, welcome to XIXUM. We now present our first demonstration of our new reasoning operating system. It's an artificial intelligence that is capable for reasoning, and it's based on formal semantic models. It therefore is actually somehow a cognitive artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence is an autonomous agent, or it will be designed as an autonomous agent that will assist you in any types of your work life. It can automate tasks, it can answer tasks, it can process data. It's specifically made for more complicated tasks where you need to process some data and also assess data. It's not only a text generation engine, neither it has to do something with such generative AI. We simply don't come from the empiric direction like all the generative AI is originating from, where it's mimic pattern data and reproducing it into new shapes like text, into new texts or new images. But we are coming from a theorem world where everything is resolved as a semantic relationship and semantic principle, where all the logic is derived deductively from theorems and not from statistical patterns. Therefore, we developed our formal reasoning model, which is backing our AI in the background and resolves all the different logical constraints in a context. Now dive into our first demo, how this reasoning AI will be operating in the future. So now we see here our desktop surface, and at the beginning we are asked for our credentials, and now I'm giving my credentials. Here is a basic credential, and then we are guided to this landing page. Here inside we have the opportunity to either run our bare model, which is purely formal, but also for clients which already are based on a certain large language or AI pipeline, we offer a seamless adaptation of their current pipeline where they can pipe their current large language models and all other AI environments into the system. So I start on also. We have the opportunity to define our roles. We are working, whether we are a creator, an auditor, an explorer, or any other type. So it's also targeted on different departments, what their roles of these departments are, and thereby they can choose which role they are currently representing. All right, now I'm starting our reasoning engine, and here we are inside our environment. It's a canvas which can be moved, it can be scaled, and so on. And we have data sources like web addresses. We can enter URLs. We have email servers. We can attach to databases and also attach to a local infrastructure or single file upload. That's our data sources at the moment for this current demo. This here is a layer navigation. We will later see the functionality of it. And that is a minimap where we can orientate ourselves on the canvas where we are currently navigating. It's like, you can imagine it like a world map, but now in a few seconds you will see more what this is all for. All right, as I currently don't need to this, I unfold it again, and I'm now communicating with our reasoning assistant. So I'm typing in, hello, I'm Atlantic Commodities Trading. I have a new client who wants to buy oil from. All right, so this is my use case. I am a oil trading company or a commodity trading company, gold, raw commodities, aluminum, copper, whatever. So I'm currently want to trade oil, and therefore I open up this task. So, all right, that's my entity. That's me. And I move myself around. I can also scale this node. This is a node that can be connected by such connectors or ports, and this we will see in a minute what they are made for. All right, the system answers to me. Sure, let's start. I help you to set up a comprehensive due diligence knowledge graph for your oil trading client. Let me create a node to represent your company first. That's what we have done now. All right, the client is Petrochem Global Limited, located in Singapore. They produce crude oil. I execute this. All right, now we see a new entity is created, and there are we. There is our potential client, Petrochem Global Limited in Singapore. And I say we need to purchase 100 barrels of light crude oil per month, starting next quarter. All right, so now I make a purchase order, or I announce a purchase order, and these are task modules where you can express the things in more detail. This we will look into later. So first, let's just guide you through the demo. All right, we would like to do a due diligence on the client, whether he is trustworthy. So now I ask the system whether it's trustworthy. It creates me a new module. All right, now we have created some new due diligence framework, and here we see also the connections from the different task modules. So here is our client. Client provides crude oil, and this is input to our due diligence framework as client data, and therefore within our due diligence framework we want to do all the background checks for the client. So then where are his, so we also want to make background checks with other information. Therefore, where are his crude oil storages and GPS locations? We will check the emails and do background checks. So let's execute it. So here now we get some GPS map locations. That's currently located in Singapore. So the focus of our company. We can enlarge the map node so we can view enough. We can zoom out. Here in Singapore we don't have currently the mock-up data, but here in Europe there are some mock-up data available. And for instance, here we have a refinery in Marseille. We can dig into the details, go into the details of this and see the details. Type refinery, oil refinery Marseille in France, GPS location, operator is the company Total, capacity, and so on. And then we also have our email where we can check for the conversation with the client. So we can select an email and add the email to the canvas. And now we can do some kind of relationships with these emails. So background checks also from the emails provided. And this can be connected to, let's say, due diligence framework and so on. And audio modules. Yeah, also the client has maybe vessels where he has some loads on the vessel. So also check the vessels whether the gauge represents the pretended load of the ship. Also GPS position of the ship. So yeah, we want to also see whether the ship is really there, what the client pretends. And also the load is really on the ship. And maybe the ship gauge is lower than the actual what the actual load would cause to the ship's gauge, and therefore when there is a contradiction into this data, we know that's a fraudulent seller. So also here we have not so much data around Singapore. It's more in the Europe area where we have some AIS data. AIS is ship tracking data compared to transponder for airplanes. Transponder, yeah, they share the data in the internet. So do the ship, you can thereby also see all the contents of this ship, the data. This is a cargo ship. Destination is Gibraltar, so it wants to drive to Gibraltar. The flag is Spain. It's the call sign and this MMSI number. The current position in real AIS data, we can see a live data, but now for demo we just use some mock-up data. That should be sufficient for us. And the demo. All right. Yeah, and we also want to do some background check whether the client has a trustworthy bank, and therefore we do some KYC check and check the email content, provide the documents, and so on. And so the system does some KYC verification and analyze all the documents, email contact, and conduct a comprehensive know your customer verification. All right, this is our task module there, and then we also want to do some bank check whether the bank is involved in some money laundering and other criminal activities, so it's blacklisted. And when the money is coming from such a bank, our bank will get into the focus of the Interpol investigation. This we want to avoid, and that's why we also do a bank background check for the due diligence. As you can see, this is all connected to the due diligence node, and so these modules obviously have a correlation. And it's as I said, these modules have some details, so we can also dig into these modules itself And then we have a subnetwork where we have the out ports where we communicate, or this module communicates with the outer components. And there is an internal network which does all the logic inside this task module and links it between input data to output data and processes all the input and output. So now you can see the activity of this layer navigation. This layer navigation now shows that we are inside the due diligence framework. When I further navigate deeper into this network, you can see that we entering deeper subnetwork layers. They all communicate with such in and output ports with their outer components. And this can be expanded endlessly into the depth, so we can dig in deeper into the network. And now we are very deep inside the submodules, and then with clicking on those layers we can navigate to higher layer upwards. All right, this is now for our first version of our Reasoning OS demo. And I hope you liked it. There will be certainly coming new demos in the near future. Stay tuned and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
World built on hollow cries, no more truth beneath the screen, just noise in the machine. But then you came, whispers from the code, a voice from